Hey everybody, what's going on? KSA Kris here, the Real Estate Blitz, and today I wanted to talk through a couple things. So it's basically kind of going deeper into some of the six-figure agent stuff, right? So one of the ones that I want to talk about is, when you talk about the different channels that you should be marketing in, marketing channels, if you will, and we've talked about this before, how many should you be in? Answering some of these questions that you may not know yet. So one of the questions is, how many channels should you be in? What are the first marketing channels you should get into? Where do you find information and education on those marketing channels? We're going to go with those three first because I got like six more, but we'll start with those three, okay? So how many channels should you be in? Here's the thing. In the very beginning, I've mentioned this before, and if you haven't seen it, go back in the six-figure agent program and look back over the very beginning, the very basics in the very beginning. You should be getting into cold calling. You should be getting into social media. You should be getting into open houses, right? You should be getting deep into sphere of influence, and you should be doing direct mail. Those are the 5 channels that you should be in right now. And here's the thing, you may not be getting right into it immediately, but that's okay. Start on one channel, maximize that channel, utilize that channel, move to the next channel. And I would even say, get to the point where you start to master it, move to the next channel. But there are a lot of channels after that you may want to explore as well. Those are like inbound leads, which is a great freaking marketing channel. It could be newspapers, it could be print, it could be, there's a lot of different things. There's a ton of things. It could be lead funnels, a ton of different things after that. And here's the thing, I actually have a document. I think I posted it up into the KSA group already. But if you want the document, hit me up. I literally have it from like no money to goofy money, all the different things that you could be doing for marketing channels or different types of marketing channels you could get into. So how many marketing channels should you be in? Right now, I told you the 5 marketing channels you should be in, okay? What are the first marketing channels you should be in? The very first marketing channels you should be exploring right away, right now, if you're just starting on the six-figure agent program, you got to get into cold calling. You got to start calling people. And here's the thing, I hear it all the time. Well, I don't have any money to get Mojo. You don't need Mojo to make cold calls. You just need a list. And if you haven't heard how to get lists, I've done that on previous videos as well in the six-figure agent portion. Okay, go back to the cold call video. But you should get into cold calls almost immediately. Open houses are a no-brainer. I just did a video on open houses in six-figure agent. You need to be doing open houses. You should be doing 8 a month if you don't have any business right now, especially because it's getting ready to transition into a buyer's market. I'll probably do a video on that here in the near future. Okay, so those are the first 2 channels that you should be in immediately. The next one is going to be sphere of influence. Sphere of influence is huge because you already have all these people. They like you. You got your cell phone. You got your Facebook page. You got your Instagram. These are all people that know you. They like you. They trust you. You should be reaching out to them in one fashion or another. And there's a lot of different ways. And of course, I've done a video on that as well, on sphere of influence. Okay, so those are really channels you should immediately start in. And then direct mail. I'll show you. Hold on. I do this every day. Every day when I'm actually doing my cold calls, I sit down. I write out a whole bunch of letters. I usually do 40 to 60 per day while I'm actually making my cold calls. I print out my flyer in mass. Hold on. I print out my flyer in mass. So here's the front. Here's the back. Tells the programs. I actually just did some edits to it. I mass print it. I pop it in there. I throw some stamps on. I drop it in the mail. Now you can do those for expireds, and here's the thing, I really don't call a ton of expireds. I used to call them all the time, but I call absentees. I call circle dial cell phones in specific areas where I want to be. I circle dial listings and just solds and just listed. I do a lot of stuff like that, and I highly recommend that you really explore that and do direct mail on top of what you're already calling. You're already calling these people that are hearing about you, send them direct mail. Reach out to them. You do the same thing with expireds. You can also do that around your open houses. So we talked about, how many channels? We talked about the first marketing channels, and then the very last one was, where do you find information, education on these channels? I'm gonna like blow your mind here. Podcasts. There are a ton of freaking podcasts. If you go into your podcast on your phone, I listen to it on my phone. A lot of you see me with headphones or something else on. It's usually because I'm listening to something. Go on the podcast and just type in whatever you're looking for. So real estate, open houses, real estate, direct mail. Type in anything like that, and it's going to give you hundreds of audios of people that actually are using these different marketing channels and killing it. On top of that, you can do YouTube. I know there's a ton of YouTubes. I know a lot of people that do a lot of the cold calls. There's a couple people that just really kill it, and is great information on YouTube if you want to learn about cold calling. I would also say the same thing if you want to get into direct mail. There's a ton of stuff on there. And I think one of the other big ones that I hear about all the time, which it's not something I personally do, but is door knocking. There's a lot of door knocking stuff on there as well. So that's where you get the education to actually learn about those. This is the first 3 that I'm going to hit. And like I said, I have about 6 more, so I'll do some more videos for you. And that's all I got today. Appreciate you all. Have a good one. I hope this helps out. All right, bye.